Well, hello everyone, welcome back to Ace Attorney Apollo Justice. I didn't expect that this tutorial trial was going to go on for so long, but people did say that, it's going to be quite long. So I'll just do my best to cut it out. I'm sorry about that.
Court will now reconvene.
Count! Look! It doesn't even say court! Judge, you're right. Are you tired? It's okay, me too a little. It's really hot today.
Has our witness, Miss Olga Orley, recovered?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness. Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again. That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued. Oh, here we go, though. Here we go.
You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Paint.
Yeah, a little. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand.
Very well. The witness will take the stand.
Get up here, girl, because you lying makes all this a big mess, so you started it. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession? Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poor loser. Wow, this dude is savage, though. I love him. Nina, not... What? Whoa, what the hell? She's from One Piece. Name's Olga Orley, that's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quickfingers Orley. Where? On Pornhub?
Oh.
He's seen her movie. Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian, and my last name sounds like, oh really? Yeah, I got that part. I already put the pun in the title before. Never mind. There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. Not at all, madam. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see?
Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences.
I don't think she cares. Fine. Alright, here we go. God. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy, Smith, hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress.
So, you were in cahoots with the victim?
Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. Wow, this looks sexy. Oh no. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. Is that a euphemism? I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. You swapped the cards. So that's how it was supposed to go. Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it. It would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all his prior wins.
A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. I see.
Oh really? Oh really? How droll.
Yeah, it was really only funny for like a second, wasn't it? I mean, that's like 20-year-old meme.
But it appears you made quite the mistake.
Did she?
Mistake?
I agree, the trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right. He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers Orley.
Oh, really? The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick.
She ain't here to be cute for you, though. Cute? Who wants to be cute? Big mood. I'm not cute. I'm bad, you hear me? Bad. You ain't bad, you ain't nothing. Did Tim make that same joke when this came up? I bet that he did, because I know him.
When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court? Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung.
Alright, here we go. The best laid traps. Tell me about this. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. I mean, I'm sorry, I cannot get over this. Look how happy Phoenix looks. It just looks a little bit off because he's smiling. It's gross. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was a no-good cheating defendant. Was it really, though? I think we've got a problem already.
A surprisingly frank testimony that leaves us mostly in the dark.
The trap was perfect, I tell you, perfect! If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Well, you were cheating besides, so you're just mad that another cheater got you? Come on now. Look who's talking. Get him, Apollo.
Well, testimony for what it's worth is all yours, Mr. Justice.
I don't think it's worth that much. With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? Get used to that part, though. And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? Also get used to that a little bit. That can happen. Alright, here we go. As usual, you know my MO. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. Tell me everything. Leave nothing out. This planted card, which card was it exactly? The trump card. The 5 of hearts.
Let me guess. Mr. Wright was to have switched the 5 with the ace to make a full house. At least that's what you were going to accuse him of doing, thereby ruining his legend.
I slid it into Mr. Wright's pocket.
When was this?
Why, before the match, of course, while he was eating. At the Borscht Bowl Club, we serve borscht and suckers.
Remind me never to go there.
Seriously. Of course, the card was to make its grand debut during the game. Like a good borscht, a good plot must be cooked up early and allowed to thicken. That wasn't a euphemism. And Wright lost the last hand like he was supposed to, then Smith searched it. Okay. So, everything went according to plan. Exactly. The 5th ace came up, so it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud.
There are worse things to be known as, I suppose.
Tell us what happened with the search. But the planted card was gone, the trap failed. Okay. The card disappeared? Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone. Without a trace. Poof, Zippo. Oh, I don't think I'll ever get tired of looking at this. We searched every nook and cranny. Oh. Ew, I'm sorry, Phoenix. Phoenix got the police treatment. Oh no. Even inside his cute little hat. Oh, wow. But the card was nowhere to be found. Is this correct? Never in my long, storied career. Never has Quick Fingers Orley been so readily duped.
Oh, really? So, what did happen to the 5 of hearts?
Don't look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced defendant? So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action. Okay. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. This is the part that's probably the biggest lie, if I'd guess. Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing. Which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim. That is true. Well... Whoa! What was that just then? What? I sensed something. What? What's this now?
Something wrong, Mr. Justice?
No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press her a little harder? Does he have like some kind of like clairvoyance? It's not like a Magatama thing, although it almost looked like that for just a minute. Sure, why not? I mean, this is obviously leading me somewhere. Miss Orley, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? You? Me? Quick Fingers Orley hiding something? Well, why is she all upset now? The defense will refrain from baseless accusations. You're a baseless accusation. I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw it when Wright hit him. What is this? With my own eyes, I saw it. What's this weird vibe I'm getting? I don't know. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Oh, I see. Right, Phoenix let us know that before. Interesting. Touching her neck, was it? Oh, Oh, he's using, like, the visual clues. Whoa, what's happening here? Hello? Oh, wait, what? Whoa, 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 what the hell is happening? This is crazy. Jesus, this is like some 60s Doctor Who shit. Whoa, what's going on? I don't know. Maybe lay off the drugs before you go to court next time. The sensation. It's coming into focus. There. That twitch is so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit. Like I couldn't before. Perceive? What is this? Gotcha! What the? What? Oh my god, what does this mean? But can that be used in court? Just seeing her, like, have a nervous twitch? How's that gonna help? Miss Orley, perhaps you're unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. Why is that actually gonna hold up anything, though? My neck? My back? Wait, no. So what? What indeed, Justice? Even he doesn't know. Or does he? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. Did you not? When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. This is not going to hold weight. Judge Judy would dismiss this immediately. I'm sure of it. A memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us?
Her habit is scratching her neck when she talks about the moment of the crime, okay? So what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? You mean like evidence-based? Miss Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is this. Oh. The weapon. It's probably the bottle. She keeps talking about him hitting him with a bottle, so it's gotta be that. Everything else we really have is just pictures and a phone. And some cards, which ain't it, so... Alright. Yeah. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. You said that already like 3 times, bro. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle? The murder weapon. Uh-huh. But something doesn't fit. If you were the only witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What's he talking about now? Oh my god. Really? It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit. Not you. Oh, I see. Oh no. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness's habits, they're completely irrelevant. I almost inclined to agree with him because this is a bit weird. Justice, I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. It's very unorthodox, isn't it? This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me, now's our only chance to break her. Wow. Gives no fucks. Miss Orley, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Yet, I am knowing nothing. You cannot go back to that now that we've seen how you really are, girl. Come out. That's not gonna work. Nobody's buying it. Oh no. We know you're not Russian.
The witness will testify, please. Now.
Oh, for goodness sake. Fine. Alright. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. That's a new statement. Let's hear more about that. You seem uneasy. Try sitting up here. Her eyes are darting all over the place. I must be getting warm. That is a common, tell for liars, although it's not, 100% proven, I think. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Oh, this music! What's this part of the music, though? Did I not hear this before? Has this always been going on? Oh my god, I'm stupid. I've been so involved in this that I've actually not even been listening to the music because I thought it would be all the same. This is so good! Oh my god. Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at that table until the cops came.
Intriguing. I believe you've gotten all the testimony you're going to get out of this witness. So, what did you think about her testimony?
I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is, flawed or fine? Well, I'm definitely going to go with flawed because it just doesn't seem right at all, does it? Definitely not speaking of a truthful testimony. I just don't know what she's going to come up with after. Aw, that little head nod, Apollo.
It's basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence.
What's that?
Well, show us this evidence, Mr. Justice.
Oh, I think I know! Wait a minute!
The evidence that you claim contradicts testimony. Hang on.
So she was saying that he was in a mess and he slumped down after the fact, right? But didn't he call somebody after the fact? We saw it in the cutscene. That was him doing it. Used by the defendant to notify the police in the restaurant's first floor. So he used this. Is that what... Okay, let me see where they're going with this, because half of this is me actually figuring it out, and then half of this is me like letting them lead me to the right thing, and then it suddenly snaps. I think that's probably how most of the people play this game. You can't know everything. She didn't let him out of her sight until the cut. Right, so there's no way that Phoenix would have made that call saying, "No, it wasn't me, you better come quick and help me." She would not have allowed that to happen, right? Or at least she would have said something about it. I know there's some evidence that contradicts that. It's probably the phone. Okay. Miss Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. Yep. Man hands. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant. And when he left the room entirely. Oh, when he left the room entirely. Oh my god, the lobster! Save it, though! No! Rip! Rip lobster. The man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. You're gonna tell us now, are you? Oh, what's this? Oh, this is the intro again. Okay. Right, this looked really cool. We saw this. Ooh. Cards are being dealt. There's a spider. Right. Playing their game. Showdown time. You dirty cheat. Check his pockets now. Right? It's gone. The card's gone. You lose. That must have been Phoenix saying that, maybe. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to Wright. And he hit me. Oh. I get it, so it wasn't a nervous twitch actually with the neck thing. They were actually trying to speculate that she was hurt. I didn't pick that up before, I'm dumb. Oh. You... Some master of cheating you turned out to be. Oh, he attacked her because she failed. Okay. Wow. When I came to, the victim was already dead.
Oh, the victim was already dead, is that it?
That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure.
Right. But, did she do it, though? If she got hit, I fail to see how. Well, where does this leave us?
Madness. This is madness. I'm dreaming. It must have been me who was hit with a bottle and I'm imagining all this.
It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events?
What do you think? Mr. Gavin? Sir?
I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss Orley a big, fat liar.
What?
3 were in that room the night of the murder, the defendant, victim, and her. And she has a motive.
A motive?
Her plot foiled, the witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the denouncement of that argument was murder.
What? I didn't! I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. Is it though?
Phoenix? Phoenix, what are you doing? What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive.
Oh, that was poetic.
So tangled we catch ourselves in the process.
Phoenix is a lot more wise now. He's so different. What in the world happened to him?
Mr. Wright?
Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What's going on here? What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. This is what I'm worried about here. Phoenix alluded to something being off with Christoph before. I mean, obviously Phoenix called Christoph after the murder happened, right? Because Christoph was saying not only was Phoenix his friend and he needed our help, but he was also saying he was there the night of the murder. But then why did he call? I don't even know. This is a mess. This is a big mess, but I'm definitely starting to suspect something. Right, like Mr. Wright was saying before recess. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. A 4th person. But is it really?
This theory again! Your 4th person doesn't exist!
Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. Oh no. Wait a minute now. If I'm right about this, this would make perfect sense. We didn't know why Phoenix wanted Apollo to defend him, but have Gavin be here as well. Wait a minute, is Gavin really responsible for this? Because, you guys, I've been playing a lot of Danganronpa lately, right? A lot of you know that. And it puts the freaking fear of doubt and God into me with everything now. That game has, like, changed me. I don't trust nobody. But he was saying, they had a little quip at recess. Is that why? Did he plan this trap to get him here? Because if Gavin was defending this trial, would it have been as easy? Is he about to call him out? Oh my god, let's see what happens. And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial. No, listen. The beginning of the trial? What did we get? We got the photo. We already had the autopsy report. We got the bottle. Right. It could be any of these things. Okay, let's just see where this goes.
What?
Apollo, perhaps do you know what I'm talking about? Sorry. Remember what I said. The 4th person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the color on the backs of the cards. Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there is one person here, in our court, who thought those cards were blue. Oh no. Yeah, I had that impression too. But why? Well, Apollo? Think you can figure out who it was?
It's not me, I swear!
You're not smart enough to do this, we know that.
Who is this 4th person?
Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Because you're in Phoenix's place now, and it always happened to Phoenix when he was there. Let's see what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? Wow, you really do have to remember. He said it. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember exactly, but this is all pointing to him anyway. So even if I'm wrong about not remembering, I feel... Oh no. I winced when I did it. As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. Hey, thanks! I was right. Even Apollo wasn't sure when he gave the right answer. Christoph Gavin, you were the 4th person that night. But, of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. Yeah, that was the other thing. You can't tell which of the cards are blue, the ones on the floor or the table. But look, you can see the colors in this photo. Yeah, but you can only see one back. Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. That's also true. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game, in pure sense. Competition, Your Honor.
Competition?
Yes. Test of wits, silent clash of passions. Oh, right. So this is where you would have had to remember it, but man, that was really long ago. I think even I forgot. Their backs wreathed in blue flames. Right, I was saying how poetic that was. Wow, so I'm gonna have to pay a lot of attention to this game. I think they're really ramping it up here. Well, Kristoff? What you gonna say? Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin, is something the matter?
No, nothing. Excuse me, I was just so sudden. Right? You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Kristoff. You know, even I'd never take a joke this far. Wow, what is this?
This is crazy. This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder?
It looks that way, doesn't it? I assure you I'm quite sane.
But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith, either.
Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met.
Well, what if they have? There's more?
Huh?
There is a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started.
What are you suggesting?
Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court. Oh! You're gonna object? The defense would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before the game of poker be related? But it could be, though.
Uh-oh. I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin.
As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley...
Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you.
Uh-oh, I think he's understanding the error of putting us up here now.
Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you.
Oh, okay.
Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony?
I would say absolutely. But this is going to put us in bad standing probably with our own mentor, which is going to be shitty. This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along. And I intend to see it through. Good job, Apollo. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. It too, Justice? You would betray me? Your teacher? I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth. That's the right way to be. Phoenix would have done the same thing. Oh, bless.
Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please.
I can't believe this is still going. I don't even know how long this is. Appetite before murder. Okay, tell me. That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. So he didn't call Gavin, he called the police, actually. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin.
Mr. Gavin? You were at the Borscht Bowl Club the night of the murder?
I dine with him rather frequently.
And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder?
Quite against my will, I had to become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial? The only thing I want is the truth. Yeah, you tell him, Phoenix. As I did back then. And now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong. Uh-oh.
Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness.
More! Justice? Sir? He's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Oh boy. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Poor Apollo. I don't blame him. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna press everything. That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at a table in the photograph. Right? You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? Yes, he dines with me at the Borscht Bowl Club quite frequently. We were enjoying a usual dinner at our usual spot, as usual. Usual. I always eat at the table closest to the piano.
I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting.
Okay, I see that.
So the plates and such on the table were from your dinner?
Indeed, the remnants of my meal with Kristoff. We dined for 2 hours, then Kristoff left. After that, Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. Okay, tell me about that. 5 minutes? So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time. That would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure. What? What's wrong with that?
Oh, Mr. Wright, what was it you said? Kristoff Gavin and Shady Smith may have met.
I believe I did say that.
Here I was all nervous about this meeting. And now we hear they just passed in the hall?
That does seem a little weak as a pretense for murder.
Oh, it would be, if that was all that really happened. God, this music, I can't... It's so good. Come on, Mr. Wright, what are you hiding this time? When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. Tell me about this part. About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga Orley mentioned. Yeah, when she mentioned it, plan was simple, elegant, really, you see. We set up a trap of sorts. That is to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. Right. Swap the cards. Just like that. The legend would be dashed to pieces. But it didn't work. Yeah, harmless plank, in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that it happened to discover it.
A quirk?
I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. The card she planted. Yeah, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game.
Disposed? Where?
There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle.
An empty bottle of grape juice?
Is it actually in the bottle? The murder weapon? Is it actually in there? Wait a minute. Can't see nothing is the thing. So I'm not sure. It's not really clear. Shoot. Well, at least I didn't miss it offhand. That would have been stupid. I guess we're gonna find out, maybe. Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see.
A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like terrific drama.
It does. A card inside the murder weapon. That's strange. What's wrong, Apollo? Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look.
Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits.
Let me see something real quick. I know I just did this. Can you see it? No, the cap's on it. Can't really take the cap off. You can only examine the label and everything else. Bottle's completely empty. See, it did say that. Alright, so I guess I didn't miss anything out of stupidity, so that makes me feel a little bit better.
Please revise your testimony with this new information.
Alright. Discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle. Press that. Why in the bottle? I perceived my opponent's intent immediately. I'm used to entrapment, you see. I knew what was coming. I don't blame him.
Ho, so you struck first. I like that.
I know every trick in the book. They don't work on me. Phoenix is so wise now. I love it. At least when you get lucky and stick your hand in your pocket, they don't. True. If you didn't do that, it would have been in big trouble. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. Okay. You made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down in the hideout. Was anyone else on the first floor at the time? Not a soul. It was the middle of the night, after all. So there, in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. That was nice of you, Phoenix. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. Alright. And when you returned, the victim was already... dead, yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in.
A little?
He was bleeding from his forehead, after all. I guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Well, tell me about that part, though. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin? I'd obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair, and I figured Kristoff's law offices would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. Ah, glad to hear you intend to pay. Oh, I'll pay in full, Kristoff. It was I who got you involved, after all. Sounds like a euphemism to me. You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high. Also a euphemism. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? Justice, you know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him. Now. Yes, sir. I have to think. What's Mr. Wright trying to tell me with this testimony? The truth has to be in there somewhere. Have we gone all the way around? We did. Okay. Let's think about this. My only thought was to present the bottle when he was talking about the card in the bottle, and maybe that'll make the card come out, but I don't know if it will. We sat at the table in the photograph. Shadi Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. I discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle. Is this what I have to do? Let's try it. Objection! Oh, here we go. Mr. Wright, if I may? Yes? I've examined the bottle, and I don't see any card in here. No? What does this mean?
What, Mr. Wright? Surely surely nothing isn't all you have to say for yourself.
I can't say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Huh? Perhaps a 5th person came and took it out. Oh, and a 6th person could have helped. Oh, sassy.
Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client.
My apologies, Your Honor.
I won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We looked inside the bottle. There was nothing.
What does it mean? So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear?
In any case, please continue the cross-examination.
Hold on a minute. Did we see it somewhere else? I can't remember. This is just tape. So I don't think that's it. Did we see it anywhere else? You know what? I think I might have to do something with this photo. Alright, let's continue.
I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence.
Oh. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. Wow. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Ugh. Why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? Seriously. That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at the table in the photograph. Shadi Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. Discovered the trap during the game and disposed the card in the bottle. Okay, so that didn't work. Girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead. Whoa, oh, wait a minute! I just said, blood streaming from a cut in the forehead. Is it in this picture? Oh wait, what about the one where his hat's off? Yeah, what about this one? There is some blood there. But the thing is, right, is I don't think... This could be nothing, though. When he returned, he was dead with blood streaming from a cut on the forehead, which means that Phoenix saw him without his hat on or not? That's what I'm trying to work out here. The hat's on in this crime photo, which was supposedly not messed up, until after they actually removed the hat and saw the blood. Wait a minute, I'm gonna press this. Because I think... Oh, here we go. Yes? Mr. Wright, if I may? Yes? Take a look at this graph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. He doesn't want to tell him. Good point. Oh, he's not even mad. Oh, this music. Justice. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Sorry.
Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court?
forgot to mention something. I was the one who put the hat on his head.
What?
You?
You put the hat on the dead man's head?
He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. Shining bright, just like in this photograph.
And?
I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head.
Why did you do such a thing like that?
All I can say is, I'm sorry. But that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. What does this mean? So, Miss Orley didn't see it? It being the victim's, head. I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Oh, is that you? Oh, here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Ahem. Pardon? Seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Hey, he's still our client, isn't he? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. What's happening to him? I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. How did that happen? We don't know about that. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Kristoff. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Oh no, they're gonna have it out in here. Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled, I haven't told a single lie here. I'm inclined to believe him, though. Right? Eh? When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well.
A reason?
That reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night, recall that I spoke with Defense Attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Alright, let's hear this. Kristoff, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good? He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china pate? It wasn't you, was it? Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should have come to that. Right. So he did call Kristoff as well. Bone china plate? A kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny, and not plate, but pate. Is it pate or pate? Pate is something different, I think. I'm not sure. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. Rude.
The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead.
Same.
Wait, what?
Wait a second, something's not right about that phone call. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club? Most certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china pate? Sorry, guys. I'm real sorry.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Kristoff, you were so handsome. Did I not say this was gonna happen? And this is just my dumb luck saying this, you guys. I always fall for the bad guys. It never fails. Why do I do this? And when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court? I think he's gonna have to do that in the next one. I'm so sorry to do this. But I think we'll leave it here just to make sure we have time enough for the rest, and I'm assuming there's gonna be a rest at this point. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. Holy crap, I'm so involved. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.